Hi, this is Eddie Deason. You're listening to Breaking the Fourth Wall. I was Mandark in Dexter's Laboratory. Ha 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 ha.
You are listening to Breaking the Fourth Wall on Realm of the Mist Entertainment.
All right, there we go.
This one's gonna get a warm open.
You're just missing gold here. Is all you're doing.
That's what I'm doing. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Breaking the Fourth Wall, and this one's gonna be a wild ride. I'm Christopher Stolle, and I'll tell you right now, they fuck you on the podcast. Okay, they fuck you on the podcast. Okay. Well, today I got Stabby. I said that right?
Yeah, you got her.
Yay! And M.W. Holiday of My Worst Holiday.
Mr. Holiday.
Or Mr. Holiday, you know, because he doesn't know where he wants his period to be this week.
If you count them, I got 3.
Ooh, you poor man.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll start this off right away. Normally this is an interview session, but I almost feel like there's nothing I could do to even get this under control to be an interview thing. So we'll just have a conversation. You guys will tell me about My Worst Holiday. But 3 periods. Let me share a story. Let me share a story real quick. Unfortunately, yesterday
Was it about your girlfriend and you just had a bad month?
No, unfortunately, it was my daughter.
Oh no!
I got every father's worst news yesterday.
Oh yeah, I just got mine about 6 months ago.
Oh,
I feel sorry for you guys.
oh my God, it hurts so much.
And there's already been accidents. One at church.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, my daughter.
We're going to church.
My daughter's 11 years old. Apparently, she was out with her mother. And they just got back, and she went to go take a dump. And she sat in the bathroom to where my ex goes and checks on her, and she says, "Mommy, I don't think I'm okay." Because she took a shit, and she's like, "There's blood in the toilet. I don't think I'm okay."
I think something's wrong. It was bad, you know. She's still at the age, just like my daughter, where she says, "Mommy," I think no.
Dude, I gave
like, someone help me! My daughter's bleeding out of her vagina.
I'll tell you what, man. My ex sent me that text message saying your daughter's a grown woman now, and I swear to God, I gave the Darth Vader from Episode 3. No! Oh, broke my heart. So church, huh?
You'll know it to be true. Yeah. She was wearing my hoodie too. She had to like tie her waist off on my hoodie, and then I had to scrub a hoodie later.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh God. Good times.
Let the hate flow through you. Please don't say flow.
Don't say flow.
So do you remember to keep towels handy now?
Yes, okay. Yes, yeah.
Right. Always keep towels handy.
And this is exactly, this is pretty much what we do. This is what we do on My Worst Holiday. You talk about your most fucked up or embarrassing moments in your life. That's all we want to hear about. You know, it's like, hey, I'm a director and an artist. I don't give a fuck. Just tell me a fucked up story.
I'll tell you what, man. Not too long ago, in fact, the last episode, I interviewed Jack O'Halloran. You want some fucked up stories, you get him.
I will. I'll definitely have to get a hold of Steve on that one.
But I promise you, if there's one person that'll fit your podcast, it's Dave Hamlin. Ask Steve.
You know, and as Steve said something, and I talked to him, and I was excited about him, and he was like, because his dad's the guy who painted Jaws.
No kidding.
Yeah, and then he also broke the fucking tower from Close Encounters of the Third Kind because he's a little kid playing with it and fucking broke it.
The Devil's
I have
Tower.
that Jaws poster in my bathroom and in my office.
No shit. Well,
yes.
Yeah, his dad. But I guess he's going through something, so he told me to put him on the back burner for right now. So I didn't reach out to him yet, but I look forward to it.
He's one of those interviews where it's like you literally ask one question and then you just like turn off your mic and sit back and let him go.
Right. It's his show now. Just let him go.
That's it. Just let him go because he'll give you some stories. And he's a set designer. He's a set carpenter. So, he'll give you all the behind-the-scenes shit, but he gives it to you in the most blue-collar laborer worker. Yeah. Like
he was talking about like Harrison Ford and who else was just kept like just going up to him and talking to him like so blue collar and wouldn't leave him alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like they couldn't get work done because the actor just kept Walter Matthau.
Walter Matthau, yep. He was told not to make eye contact with Walter Matthau because Walter loves the common people.
So how are you doing over here? Is that a ball peen hammer or is that a claw?
That is the worst Tim Allen impression I've ever heard.
I knew that was coming. I knew it.
You don't even fucking know Matthau when you hear him, man. What makes you a professional?
Because I downloaded a free program that allowed me to record my voice. I don't know.
Same as me. Look, I've got Audacity. I'm a pro now.
I use OBS. I can't say shit.
You gotta love that. All you do is you download Audacity and you're a professional.
There you go.
It. You didn't have to go to a school. You didn't have to do anything. You bought a fucking microphone and Audacity. Game on.
You didn't even have that. If I want to go back to the history of breaking the fourth wall, the first 10 episodes were recorded on my on a digital recorder set next to my phone. I was having a phone conversation with a friend who lived in Jersey, and I was recording it with a little digital recorder. That was the first breaking the fourth wall.
Nice.
Oh, nice. I've come a long way since then.
Yeah, my first one, I was, I listened to, I don't know if you've ever listened to The Dollop. I love The Dollop. It's it's a hilarious podcast. It's the first one I ever listened to.
Okay.
And I just had a guy who told me how funny it was, so I started listening to it, and I finished them. So I was like, well, what do I listen to next? And so I was listening to things that iTunes said was funny.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, this one sucks. This one sucks. This one sucks too. And these guys got followers and followers, like they're in the top 10 or whatever. And I'm like, these guys blow. Fuck, how much does it cost to start to do this? I'm funnier than these fuckers.
Right.
So I looked online, and it was a Behringer outfit. It was a single channel, single mic, mixer and everything for like $100.
Nice.
Like, sold American. Like, don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm buying a fucking podcast thing. And then I came up with the whole tell me your fucked up story and stuff like that. And then we promote, of course, other podcasters such as yourself,
right,
or actors or writers or authors, screenwriters. I've got a guy, he's got a credit on Solo, the Star Wars movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of how we got started.
What's his credit on the Star Wars movie?
I don't remember. His name's Joe McGaha, and he's a wonderful man.
There you go. Well, it's kind of almost the same story for Breaking the Fourth Wall and Realm of the Mist in general. Realm of the Mist and Breaking the Fourth Wall came from the fact of I used to listen to Collider for the longest time, like their movie talk and their fucking Jedi Council, because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. So yeah. I listen to their shit, and I'm just sitting...
Secret here, Christopher. I don't want to interrupt you. Every fucking podcaster on Earth is a Star Wars fan.
I've noticed that. Everybody we talk to is a Star Wars fan.
Every single one. If you're not, we drag you out and put you in your brain pan.
There you
You're
go.
no longer allowed to be a podcaster.
We will beat you with a Baby Yoda.
Exactly, the Baby Yoda. That fucker punched Baby Yoda. I want to beat his ass.
Dude, did anybody else get a fucking Clerks vibe out of that whole entire scene? But minus the punching the child.
Pretty much. It was like a scene out of Clerks. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, it's like, don't look in the bag, man. Yeah, but don't you want to know what's in it? Don't look in the bag, man. I'm not fucking supposed to be here today.
Like all you needed to do is take the helmets off and find Randall and Dante.
Exactly. Don't push the fucking bag, man.
I told you all they knew how to do was kill in white uniforms. But when breaking the fourth, I was listening to him and I'm just like, well, fuck, I could do this. And that was breaking the fourth wall. And then when breaking the fourth wall launched Realm of the Mist, because all of a sudden I had other shows that wanted to be a part of the company that I never created yet.
Hey, good for you.
At that point, I discovered Hollywood Babylon, which is Ralph Garman and Kevin Smith.
Oh, okay.
And there's some funny shit on Hollywood Babylon. There's some funny shit on Hollywood Babylon, but it was really like, well, fuck, I could be funny too.
Yeah. Well, see, I've done stand-up, and I kind of do some sketch writing for a show called If It's Comedy out of Dayton, Ohio.
Nice.
And that just came along recently, but I've done stand-up years ago, but there's no place for me to really do stand-up in this area. It's just a small area. And so this was a way. I'm like, this is great. This is a way for me to be able to get my funny out, without having to travel or anything. Because I got a wife, I got a kid, I got a fucking huge hour job, So just tons and tons of time that I have to be at work and with family. And so this gives me just a little bit of time to where I can get off and get off with my humor. Just
he can get on and get off.
Just really come with it. You know what I'm talking about? Did you hear all the innuendos I did there?
Man, I feel you thrusting it in there.
Thrusting them in there. Just
It's getting pretty heated
exactly.
in this basement.
I doubt if you could swallow it all. Take it all in. Just take it all in.
I'm glad you lubed it first.
I did. I greased it up first.
Well, one of the big things I gotta ask is the My Worst Holiday. Why did you want to know people's worst experiences?
It's an indie.
Well,
there's no end to it. Everybody has a story. Everybody has something where they went, oh fuck, I can't believe I did that, or that happened to me, in a humiliating way. And humiliation makes for the best comedy.
And just when you think you heard it all, you get a new one, and you're just like, wow, you totally threw me for a loop there.
Oh, that reminds me. I did promise you to tell you about the Indian fire dance.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear it.
Yep, absolutely.
Well,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, you wouldn't believe the amount of times you've heard you hear us go, oh, no, oh, my God.
This one time I pulled a ball-peen hammer out of my vagina.
Exactly. It's like,
the most disturbing part is I don't know where the vagina came from.
If that was the bad one, good.
My favorite part is when we end the shows and people are like, oh, I had another one, but it involved me taking LSD. And we're like, what? Why did you say it? Come on.
All of a sudden, his finger hits record again.
Yeah. I didn't tell you the real fucked up one. Why? Why would you not? You listened to us, right? But anyway, go on about your fire chicken dance. What was it? It's a fire.
The Indian fire dance.
The India fire dance. All right.
Well, I had a real weird day at work today. For people that may not be familiar, I'm a fence installer for a fence company, and today
that can get weird.
My partner had called out, so I wound up happening to putter around the fucking shop most of the day. And one of the things that my boss wanted me to do is cut up old 1 3/8, 1 5/8 pipe into particular lengths that we would use to create tent panel frames. Okay, and to cut these up, I had to use a chop saw with a metal blade. Well, anybody who's ever used these things before, when you put metal to a steel rod, a steel pipe, it sparks.
Right.
A lot.
And throws basically shrapnel, tiny shrapnel.
Right. So, I'm stepping with my right foot onto the pipe, trimming down, and I got my left leg back, trying to get it out of the way, the sparks and shit. And it's going on for a couple hours, and then all of a sudden, my leg's feeling really, really warm. And I'm like, I'm working outside. It's Philadelphia. It's not really warm out. I'm like, why is my leg warm? And I look down, and up to my kneecap, I'm inflamed. My pants had caught fire. My boots melted.
Shouldn't have wore them frayed jeans today.
This dress look was not a good idea. Not a good idea.
I'm running around over to my Powerade to dump it on my leg to put the flame out. As soon as I got off of work,
Durst, ladies and gentlemen, Powerade.
After I got off of work,
you're really on fire.
After I got off of work, I had to haul ass to Walmart to get a new pair of boots for work tomorrow.
Oh, that sucks.
So yeah, Indian fire dance.
Indian fire dance, nice.
I probably look like a fucking chicken who just had his head cut off running around the yard.
Again, which makes for that's pain. Makes for a great story.
I would have made it
Really?
my fists in the air like Rocky.
Did a Rocky Balboa?
We just said Philly. I just
Flaming
fired.
high now.
Let's talk about those Rocky soundtracks. There is not one bad hit on all of those.
All of them.
All of those.
I
All
don't
those movies,
know.
all those CDs, those are all good.
No, the last one was Survivor. Was it the Heat of the Night or the Heat of the?
The Eye of the Tiger.
No, that was the first. That was Rocky 3.
Oh, okay.
No,
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's Rocky 4.
Hell, I even like Living in America.
Oh, yeah, that's a good tune.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a great. James Brown.
I'm a Rocky guy.
Ow. Who's not a Rocky guy?
I'm right. Like fucking people who don't know shit about Philadelphia know at least these couple things. 1, soft pretzels. 2, cheesesteaks. 3, we have a shit mare. 4, Rocky.
Who?
Didn't Dave Hamlin's dad paint him?
You've actually got a statue, not of like a real hero, but of a fake boxer.
Wait a minute. Whoa. What's this fake hero shit? Rocky's real.
No, a fake boxer, not a fake hero. A fake boxer. Like, that's it. That's our boy. That's our boy, Rocky Balboa. Right there at the top of the fucking steps.
Hey, and I know you guys sure do like light posts.
Look, if you follow Philly sports teams, you understand why we're very proud of our fake boxer.
My friend was a pitcher for the Phillies. J.A.
Oh, nice.
J-Hap.
J-Hap.
Yep.
Yep.
He's playing for the Yankees now. Good
Oh,
guy.
that's your buddy.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. He's from here.
Hometown.
Yep, he's from LaSalle.
I'm sorry.
We're very proud of him.
This is what I like about
Very
Philadelphia.
proud of Jay.
Like, they don't fuck around when they don't like another team. They throw batteries. Like, literally throw batteries at people.
Other teams, we threw ice balls at fucking Santa Claus.
Oh, Merry fucking Christmas!
Look. You want to understand the true Philadelphia sports fan? Just look at when the Eagles finally won their first Super Bowl, and on national TV, like not even local TV, national TV. It was broadcast. It was probably seen in fucking Pakistan. Of the one idiot who got on his hands and knees and ate fucking horse shit off the fucking ground because he won the Super Bowl. That's devotion.
Oh. Well, Mike Schmidt said Philadelphia is the only place where you can win and have to apologize for it. Have to apologize for the way you played.
Look,
how about when the Eagles were playing the Pats? I mean, how did you guys feel about Mark Wahlberg in that situation? What do you think he was doing?
Who cares? Look. You guys wrestling fans? This is the best way to describe Philadelphia.
I
used to be big.
I watched it the other night, and I knew like 3 people, because like everybody that I've been talking to, like getting into this whole new group and network and stuff, everybody's a wrestling fan, and you're professional wrestler, ex-professional wrestler, right?
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
So last night I turned it on, or was it Friday? Or was it Friday night? Friday night. I turned it on and started watching some of it, but I didn't really know anybody.
Okay. Well, back in the day during the Monday Night Wars, if you remember, like WWF and WCW.
Hell yeah, that was my
now
era.
We're talking.
That was my era.
Now we're talking, Christopher.
That shit wasn't good enough for Philadelphians. Out came ECW.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Is that when ECW started?
Yeah, because WWF and WCW wasn't good enough for us.
Right.
Oh wow.
ECW.
That was the best. That when I was a kid, like my parents were like, "You're not watching wrestling." I'm like, "Oh, all right, fuck you guys."
That's
Shut
right.
my door and turn it on. You know.
You can't tell me what to do, Mom.
I had wrestling fights. My whole bedroom was like Goldberg and Sting.
Yeah.
Yes,
was
the
that
Philadelphia.
Darts, was that Raven Sting or bright paints on the side of his face Sting?
No, I went. It was the black and white Sting, and then you enjoyed
The
the
Crow.
Wolfpack.
Oh yeah, okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, you think about it. Philadelphia had to have its own fucking wrestling federation. It had to be the most violent and brutal shit, with the most crowd interaction. I mean, people were bringing fucking weapons to the matches for wrestlers to use. And of course, it's in a fucking bingo hall in the worst neighborhood of Philadelphia. But of course, it's ran by a New York Jew.
Of course.
Paul Heyman.
So was ICP involved in ECW back in the day?
ICP got their noses in everything back in the day.
Yeah, they. I remember them yeah. I'm like, are they wrestlers?
No, they're just tough motherfuckers.
they're douchebags. I mean, I know that. It's just...
Yeah, until you see Shaggy Two Dope running out on stage to fucking drop kick Fred Durst and completely miss.
Yeah.
You see that on YouTube where Fred Durst was trying to make a comeback, and Shaggy Two Dope came out of nowhere and went to give this drop kick, and there was no reaction from Fred. He didn't even realize Shaggy was there.
Dude just whipped. He just completely missed.
I used to be a big Limp Bizkit fan, but I learned to hate Fred Durst. He's such a fucking idiot.
Well, what I like is
a little bitch.
Is when what's his name from Stain?
Aaron Lewis.
Aaron Lewis. And he's doing this acoustic. And you bring me to, he's really just pouring his heart out, and then just Fred Durst comes out of nowhere and goes, yeah, it's the real shit, brother, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's the real motherfucking deal, y'all.
And Aaron Lewis is
Jacksonville.
Just looking over at him like, oh, Stolle, fuck you. He's just pouring his heart into the song. Here goes Fred Durst, yeah.
Because I'm on the outside, I'm looking and yeah!
Real shit, man, yeah!
Kobe, that's what he says. He goes, this is the real motherfucking deal, y'all. I know that, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was Family Values 99.
Yeah, Aaron Lewis just wanted to just crush his fucking skull.
Yes, but, with my worst holiday, I've got to ask this. Worst musician or singer?
Ooh, boy.
Oh. So many.
Okay, worst musician or Nickelback? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Nickelback.
Dude, I like Nickelback. They catch more shit than they need to.
Oh.
They catch more shit than they need to. I'm sorry.
It's about the music, man. It's about the music.
All right.
Look. If I'm gonna pick on Nickelback,
in the waiting room.
If I'm gonna pick on Nickelback, it's because of the Scott Stapp infection. I'm sorry, Scott Stapp of Creed.
I like Creed.
Me too. God damn it.
Yeah.
And going back to Fred Durst, so Scott Stapp, what was it? What was the name of the band?
Creed.
Okay. Creed leaves the stage, and out comes Limp Bizkit, and Fred Durst is like, now that the pussy's gone, yo! And Scott Stapp goes, what?
Yeah.
So he says,
Chad.
he challenges Fred Durst to a charity boxing match where all the money would go to, let's settle this in the ring, men,
Yeah.
You know, and all the charity money will go to charity, and then Fred Durst is like, "What you want me to fight for, yo?" You know?
That's exactly.
He's like, "Don't."
This is
Wait,
like
what's with the violence?
it's like
well, you
MTV
did call me a
Celebrity
pussy.
Deathmatch.
Yeah.
You know what? You're reminding me of somebody else who did that shit. Was fucking Justin Bieber. Remember, he wanted to get a boxing match with Tom Cruise until Tom Cruise accepted.
Wait, what?
Oh, they're both probably about the same height. I don't know. Tom Cruise kind of. I don't know. I think Tom Cruise.
He
might be
does
a
all his
badass.
own stunts.
Okay, Tom Cruise is a badass.
He's kind of a badass.
Dude.
Sure, he's a Scientologist and weird as fuck, but he's still kind of badass.
Well, that's what I was about to say. He's nuttier than a fruitcake, but he'll fuck you up.
Yeah, it's not like he's not afraid of it, you know? Justin Bieber, like, what? Wait, what?
And let's be real, a stiff breeze could beat Bieber.
Mm-hmm. That's probably a fact. It's probably a fact.
Bieber's only hope is one day he'll grow up to be Tom Brady.
There it is.
Or Selena Gomez.
Yeah, there you go. Selena Gomez is more like it.
Can you believe she allowed him to put his fucking prosthetic dick in her?
Oh my god. You can get one of those?
Apparently. Were you listening?
Comes in 3 speeds, slow, medium, and who needs a man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet B was pounding some hot box back in the
No,
day.
he had to have, yeah.
He's got the voice of a
And
12-year-old
don't
girl.
don't think that every guy didn't appreciate it that he was doing it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
For sure. Yeah. Wow.
God damn.
So when he said he tore that ass up, it wasn't a fight. It wasn't a fight.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh, I just had a bad image in my head. I saw fucking
Go on.
I saw Justin Bieber going fucking raw dog doggy style on fucking Caitlyn Jenner. Oh. Put that in your podcast.
All right. Drop the mic. Drop the mic, Chris. Drop the mic, buddy.
Did you see Caitlyn Jenner's Instagram or Twitter? It was like, I need a, or there's, what the hell did it say? I wish there was a man out there who could compliment me on my good looks or whatever. And there's some dude commented, "Nice balls."
Yeah. I seen that one.
Yeah. Wish I could get a compliment. Nice balls.
Well, the way this all intersects is, you guys ever see the picture of Tom Brady like a couple years ago when he had the long hair and he was wearing the fucking like the headband to hold the hair back and shit, and he looked like Caitlyn Jenner.
Who wore it best?
See, it goes all full circle.
This is what a lot of people don't remember. Is that the guy who coined the phrase "breakfast of champions" is now a chick.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was on the Wheaties box.
Oh my god.
Breakfast of champions. Bruce Jenner is now a chick.
I didn't even realize.
Empowering every woman everywhere.
Wow.
Don't even get me started. I promise not. I promise not to get political in this one.
No, I think all guys who became girls should join the girl sports and just kill everybody. I mean,
Isn't that what they're doing now?
That's what I'm saying. Yes, that's like, nope, nothing wrong there. They use the women's bathroom, so let's take up boxing.
What is it? The transgender athlete who broke the record for the fastest pin ever in women's collegiate wrestling? Gee, I wonder fucking why. It's a 450-pound dude with a dress on.
We did it, exactly. Well, did you see the latest South Park with the transgender? And it was Randy Macho Man Savage.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, it was genius.
Okay, I gotta go home right now.
I'm a woman, yeah. If you know, let's get into sports, yeah.
I'm sorry though. The greatest South Park episode of ever was the fucking World of Warcraft episode.
Oh, it was just on the other night. I watched that again.
I love that episode.
This must be a man that has absolutely no life.
Was that a two-parter?
No, it was a single. It was a
Okay.
single. Yeah, it was just a one-parter, but it was. Yeah, I just watched it again. It was pretty genius.
All right, so far we have gotten zero accomplished in this interview.
Good.
I thought we got a lot. I drank 6 White Claws in a half hour.
Yeah.
I wish I would have said that.
I need to get a little more ice. I'll be right back. Entertain him for a second.
All right, so one little known fact for the world is that My Worst Holiday is slated to join the Realm of the Mist family. Is that correct?
Yes. This is what I've been told.
This is what you've been told. Well,
yes.
with joining the Realm of the Mist family, you do know that opens up the door to being guests on any and all Realm of the Mist shows at any time.
Okay.
Of your choosing, which means you guys are probably going to be on every fucking After Hours.
Perfect. Perfect.
I missed it. I have a feeling it was at my expense.
Apparently, our popularity is growing.
Oh, great.
No, I was just mentioning that my Worst Holiday is slated to join Realm of the Mist family. And
yes,
with that, it opens up the door to being an open invitation to any and all podcasts that are Realm of the Mist. And as I stated, pretty much means that you guys will probably be on every fucking After Hours from this point forward.
We did it!
You like us! You really like us!
He likes us!
Look, I'll put it to you this way, and I'll put it on air. I don't care. I'll put it right now. I'm like, fuck, I'm almost tempted to turn After Hours back into a weekly episodic show and just hand you guys the reins. Let you guys run with it.
Hey, this ass is for setting, not for kissing, mister.
You
stop it.
Motorboating. Making them cheeks clap.
Get in there good, buddy. Get in there good.
You know, I'm
I think is what they referred to at the kids. It's tongue darting, I believe. It's my
tongue punching.
Tongue punch your fart box.
My wife was in front of a bunch of guys and she told a joke. And my wife is hilarious. She's funnier than I am. She's fucking great. And she's in front of a bunch of guys and she tells a joke and then she goes, "Bump, rim job." Oh. And she goes, "Wait, I said that wrong."
Okay, future knowledge After Hours will be hosted by his wife. And it's now changing its name from After Hours to Rim Job.
Mrs. Holiday.
Oh, Mrs. Holiday. She puts on Facebook once, "I'm ashamed of what I did for a Klondike bar."
That's good.
That's very similar to something I say. It's like I grew up before the internet, which means you guys will never know what I did for a Klondike bar.
That's a good joke. The joke I made the other day, just off the cuff, was, "Hey, did you hear about the rabbit that died from oral sex?"
No.
I joked on a hair.
Oh. Wait, you did that on the fucking... no, you didn't. Somebody else did that on the fucking group chat for Realm of the Mist. Somebody made that joke.
No, I did that.
That was you?
That was me.
Oh.
Yeah, we bantered back across, because I also did the...
You know I was driving at the time when you...
And I did the, if you had a donkey and I had a rooster and your donkey bit the foot off my rooster, what would you have? You'd have a foot of my cock in your ass.
She told me,
That's
"Give me
just
8
math.
inches and make it hurt," so I fucked her twice and slapped her.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. Oh.
I hope you're enjoying this interview. I'm having a very good time with you, Christopher.
This one's hilarious. And by the way, call me Chris. Only my mother calls me Christopher. Usually when I'm in trouble.
I try to be as formal as possible. Like, I'm reading your name on the thing.
Yeah,
Christopher
like that one time you called that lady a chick, or multiple times, and she got pissed off.
Look, Toots, I'm sorry about calling you a chick.
Listen. I set up an interview with a ex-dominated...
No names.
I don't even remember her name. She wasn't that fucking important.
Oh.
I deleted everything. Like, she was she was a dominatrix chick, like back in the day. Now she's a millionaire.
She presented herself as a dominatrix. Like
Exactly.
She said,
and then it
I'm a
turns out
dominatrix.
she's like she was at a foot fetish thing, and then she says, and I really didn't care for what my fetish thing was. I'm like, oh, what was that? Oh, feet. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like much. But anyway, so I called her chick, and so after it's all over, I usually have my guests like hang out like after I'm done. Like,
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this up.
He wants to cuddle.
I do my ending, and I say, hang out with me for a little bit, chick, and I'll talk to you afterwards. And after we're done, I'm like, oh, I hope you had fun. And she goes, well, I just about hung up on you right away. I'm like, oh, you did? Why? You called me chick. What? What?
I'm sorry.
So you're sticking your fucking heel in the middle of a guy's back, making him call you a cocksucker, and then I called you a chick.
And here I am, like that Michael Jackson gif, just eating popcorn. What are you gonna say next?
Just watching me get ready to pop. Like, what?
Fucking A.
Ex-dominatrix chicks, I used to drag guys around by a fucking leash and make them lick your boot, but if I call you a chick, that's a whoa.
That's drawing the line.
But I want to be like,
bounds, sir.
lady, you used to help guys to come.
Yes,
okay?
Exactly.
You called me chick. Look, Toots, I thought broads like you like that.
That would have been the right thing to do.
Yeah.
That would have been.
Where were you 2 months ago?
That would have been the right thing to do.
Well,
I'm kind of hanging my head in shame right now. A little sad that I did.
I'll tell you what. One of the things that fascinates me.
Like those, honey, you didn't need. What's that?
One of the things that fascinate me is how your partner had done stand-up comedy. And it's funny is I had a guest on not too long ago, Kim Hopkins. Sorry, she transitioned. No, I'm Kim. If you're listening to this, it's a joke. I promise, it's a joke.
Now you're a dude, huh?
No. Kim.
How did I put one on? That's my question.
Kim is a sweetheart. She really is, and she's a stand-up comedian herself.
With a dick.
And she's a stand-up comedian herself, and she insisted that I should try doing an open mic night stand-up.
Yeah.
I don't think I can.
It's just,
I feed off of people. My humor comes from you guys. Like, you guys say something and, I get a snappy retort. And I know I've done shit. I know I've done shit, in front of crowds like wrestling and music. So, I've either poured my heart out or I've stood in my underwear in front of people and they were fine with it. But to sit there and be by myself and try to make somebody laugh, I don't know if I can. It scares the shit out of me.
There's nothing more comfortable than when you're standing in front of a microphone and lights are on you and nobody's laughing. I gotta tell you, just warms your heart there for a little while. And it doesn't make you sweat profusely or hyperventilate or nothing. But it does.
Wow.
I've killed and I've gotten killed. I'll put it that way. Just when there's just nothing but crickets. Yeah. And I did the old go-to. Is this thing on?
Is this thing on? Take my wife, please.
Please. Rim job. See how I brought that back around?
Yeah.
All right.
That's a callback.
I'm like Seinfeld.
Jesus. It's a show about nothing.
Nothing.
I was in the pool.
Shrinks like a baby turtle.
What is the deal with laundry mats?
Let me go off on a Seinfeld tangent here.
Because even Jerry got off of that tangent.
Yeah.
Jesus
Christ.
Still one of my favorite shows.
You know what? I never cared for it. I mean, I got all the jokes.
You like it or you love it.
Like I got all the jokes.
Or
Jerry.
It's one of the two.
To me, the funniest part of the show was everybody but Jerry.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
What's the point of that?
Yeah. I think you're right. Everybody else was funnier. He just kind of,
Sure. Yeah, well, Elaine,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
He kept that crew together. You know, if it wasn't for Jerry, nobody would be together.
He was the glue of Seinfeld, which you'd think it would be.
Did you have to deliver that like fucking Bill Cosby? He was the glue and the pudding pop, and here's a roofie.
The glue that held together the pudding pop of Seinfeld.
Pudding pop on Seinfeld. What's the deal with my ass hurting?
I feel like Seinfeld was like he's like how Adam Sandler is now. Like all of his movies kind of suck now.
Yeah.
But you keep watching them, but everybody else is funny except for Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like there because you want to watch him.
What's the deal with roofies?
I'm sorry, Adam. I still love your films.
I don't. My favorite films of Adam Sandler, quite honestly, are literally what you're talking about, where everybody else made the film, and that's the Grown Ups.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't.
No, I like Grown Ups.
I couldn't even sit through it.
I was.
I really couldn't.
I kind of liked them. It was a good family movie.
Yeah, except for it was horrible.
No.
Just awful.
You know, Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison.
His humor's a little too childish for me.
Yeah. Billy Madison, I think, was my favorite out of all of them.
I like Bulletproof.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Damon Wayans, there it is. Not Wayman Damon's. He's a totally different guy.
I liked his
He's
work.
in porn.
I liked him in Dirty Work.
Dirty Work.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
And Coneheads.
Dirty Work was probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Norm Macdonald.
Actually, no, I gotta be fair. My favorite Adam Sandler movie of all time. He wasn't the main star of it, but he was in it, and that's Airheads.
Yeah,
Airheads.
Airheads. Yes, absolutely.
Did you see the meme of the Lone Ranger standing there and he goes,
"Yes,
if you don't know who these rockers are, we can't be friends."
Yeah.
The Lone Rangers. The name alone doesn't make sense. No, Lone Ranger. That's one. You can't be three.
R.I.P. Chris Farley. Good work on that too. Man.
David Arquette. One of his.
Oh yeah, David Arquette. Oh yeah.
He's trying to break back into the hostage situation.
Yeah.
let me back in, man. No, get out of here. It's a hostage situation. I know. I want to be one. No. You wanted out so fucking bad. Stay out.
Fucking. Speaking of Airheads and rock and roll, how about a fucking new Bill and Ted coming around?
Oh, I'm pretty jacked about it.
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
You got to wonder how dated it's going to be, though. Like, it's hard to go back and watch the Bill and Ted movies, you know, because like how metal is now. You know, like you look back and you're like metal. You know, like when you were a kid, metal was everything, and now you look at it, you're like, eh.
No, I'm still like metal.
A lot of spandex.
I'm still a metalhead.
I've seen a lot of spandex in the 80s. A lot of it. Or some.
Well, I was born in 1988, so I did not know that metal, but I knew my own metal.
I'm just going to sit here and keep my mouth shut. I turned 43 at the end of the month. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
I got to tell you, his mom was good.
Yeah, you're in between us.
His mom was really good.
It's a Chris sandwich.
No wonder I didn't pull out.
Jesus Christ. No, I'm down for a new Bill and Ted, but I just don't know because of the way Hollywood has been politicizing everything, and of course modern day music and shit. Like this is supposed to be like Bill and Ted. Excuse me. Bill and Ted are raising their kids, and they haven't written their hit song yet that's supposed to save the world.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Like they're supposed to say that, and Carlin's dead, you know.
And apparently
I'm
not
sure
if
Death is dead, you know. I don't know.
And apparently the daughters are musicians, and I can already hear they're going to be fucking like, you know, pop hip hop.
Right.
So, what other movies has Bill S. Preston Esquire been in?
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys.
Oh yeah, he was in Lost Boys.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yep.
He had a whole 3 lines.
Oh.
Yeah, and one of them was
Hey, Michael.
nailed it. Best supporting actor in a movie goes to.
Was he also in Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Not the series. I'm talking about the movie.
Oh, maybe.
No.
I don't know if he
I'm just
he
kidding.
was, but come on, Pee Wee Herman was.
Oh yes, he
Oh,
was.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
in the movie. Yeah, he was the vampire.
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, yes. That was fucking
What I
great.
love is, like he was a kid's entertainer, and he's wearing the same outfit that he wore in Up in Smoke. Like his character was the same character that he was in Up in Smoke in like 1978, where he's getting high and doing blow and everything, and he's going hamburgers. Pee
Paul
Wee
Rubin.
Herman. Paul Rubin.
He was in Up in Smoke?
Yeah, he was one of the. He's out of the nut house.
Oh man, I used to get really high when I watched that movie, so I don't remember.
It's the only way to
Oh, I
watch
would
that
like to
movie.
say- hey, Chris, I just like to say, I want to add this. Marijuana is actually legal in Illinois now,
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
and today is the first day I didn't get high since it's been legal. But before that, I got really high. Besides that, but no, today sober. First day sober.
You smoke marijuana?
You do that wacky tobacco.
This show
Yeah.
is going to start drug testing, and I'll tell you that right now.
Hey, it's legal now, okay?
Doesn't
You can't
doesn't
do
make it right.
anything
Where you work is different than just because it's legal doesn't mean it goes with the
Oh boy.
the ethics of this program.
Let me send in my resignation.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong. Just because it's legal, I mean, alcohol's legal, but you're not allowed to get drunk at work.
Oh, we're allowed to get drunk here.
And you're assuming that we have any kind of ethics on this program. So
I have ethics
That's
on
the
this
difference.
program. I know how to use a spell checker. But
it's our belief, our fundamental belief system, I believe, is what it is.
Yeah.
Which we don't have one.
Nope.
so it's
Nope.
your worst holiday is coming up with an ethics plan.
yeah, I'll have to work on that. Write something down, would you? Because I can't think of anything. Maybe Chris, maybe you could give us some pointers.
Okay. On what, ethics?
Ethics.
If you ask my ex-wife, you're parking up the wrong
Oh,
tree.
there it is. Ba-dum-bum. Rim job.
Rim job, yes. That's going to be the hashtag for this episode. Rim job.
Hashtag rim job.
What's funny?
Ba-dum-bum.
What's funny
Rim
is
job.
Mr. Holiday. Mr. Holiday is going to go like after this recording, so he's going to go to his wife. He's like, "You're famous now." Won't give
Oh,
an
yeah,
explanation. He'll just say it and walk away and have her standing there going, "Huh?"
She'll do this. This is funny. She'll be at a bar, like because her friend Ben's bar, Ben's Tar.
Ben's
sorry.
Tar.
Ben's Tar. Yeah.
How do you
And,
bend tar?
Well,
Very carefully.
you drink a little bit, and then it becomes Ten's bar. And it all depends on how you're trying to say it in the first place. So
Dyslexia is a very horrible disease.
and guys will be like buying her drinks and shit like that, and she'd be like, "I'm married," and so they'll keep like, "Oh, that's okay, hey, I bet I can make you leave him for me or whatever, blah blah blah," and then she's like, "Well," she gets up, she goes, "Well, I got to go home and blow my husband. Have a great night, everybody." Announce it to the entire bar. Just like belittling the dude that's been sitting there working on her, like just absolutely burying him.
But then she'll tell Mr. Holiday this story the next morning, and he didn't get it.
Yeah,
when he got
a
home.
blowjob.
Hey, can I buy you a drink? No, I have a
Drink.
husband. He does too.
A hit, a palatable hit. Nicely done.
Hey, I don't care. Oh, Jesus Christ. But all right, so I'm gonna try to get the rails back on this train, or the train back on the rails, however you do that. I don't
Sounds
know.
good.
I'm riding a donkey here.
Woo!
Why don't we give people a little bit of knowledge about My Worst Holiday, where they can find you, how they can get in contact with you if they'd like to be a guest on the show, stuff of
I'm
that
hard
nature.
to find. I'm very sneaky.
You call it stalking, I call falling in love from a distance.
You can find me peering out from behind a tree every now and again. That's where you can find me. I'm very elusive. That's why you've never heard of My Worst Holiday.
Apparently
We
we're on
do it
every
from
platform
behind a
we've
tree.
never heard of.
Say that again.
Apparently we're on every platform we've never heard
Yeah,
of.
exactly. That's what I love about it. Like I'm like, somebody says, "Oh, I heard you on podcast thing or whatever," and I'm like, "What?"
That's not wrong either.
Blog pod link.
You did. Like, I don't know what that is, and I never signed up for it. And I certainly didn't give my RSS feed, but there I am.
You're not wrong with it. You're not wrong with it either. We're Realm of the Mist. We use Anchor.fm for like our audio version of the podcast, and I swear to God, like they put us on like 8-9 different types of podcasting URLs, besides Anchor, and of course you got the good ones like Spotify and iTunes, but then you got ones like Radio Republic. Like, what the fuck is
Radio
that?
Public. I'm on Radio Public. I made 1 penny off Radio Public. They're doing a bang up job. This is now, ladies and gentlemen, this is in 2.5 years that I've been on Radio Public. They're fucking awesome.
And fucking, what is it, podcast? What is it, Castbox?
Statement. What's that? Yeah, Castbox. I'm on Castbox. I'm on BitPod, or I'm on. We're on every platform you can conceivably think of.
Pretty much Grindr. We're on
Grindr. That's my favorite. Because it's fabulous.
You can find them on YouPorn.
Exactly, YouPorn. Don't look up Mr. Holiday does it. Just don't. There's other things you can tell about.
Go on YouPorn and look up Mr. Holiday behind a tree.
Does. Do not say Mr. Holiday does behind a tree. It's yeah. No, we're on. You can find us everywhere. We have a Patreon. It's My Worst Holiday at Patreon. Literally, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be Realm of the Mist network. I'm also on the Fourth Hand Network. Everybody that is asked me over the moon for, and very thankful for. But yeah, come listen into My Worst Holiday. It's where, first and foremost, we give everybody who's on our show, we give them a platform just like this to tell us where they can be found, where they can be given money. And secondly is the meat and potatoes of the show, where people tell us their most funny or embarrassing life stories, and it doesn't have to be your life story. You can tell about your buddy's life story, which is even better.
No, if your buddy went out and did an 8-ball and
exactly
did this crazy shit,
that's what we want to hear. Whatever he wanted to do, yeah, we want to hear that story. Because that's just awesome. And as I usually sign off, as from a room next to my bathroom in my basement, this has been My Worst Holiday.
That's hilarious because I'm sitting in the basement right now in my room next to the bathroom. When we're not recording, I will take a picture of my desk in my basement, with my computer, and literally to my right is the bathroom door.
When I moved best friends.
I moved into it. Did we just yelp? So
we just shared a moment.
Yeah.
We didn't have a moment. We shared
a moment. Nice. I moved into this older house, and when I went downstairs and I looked to my left, out in the middle of nowhere, out in the middle of the room, against the wall anyway, is a sink and a shitter.
Nice.
Nothing. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I thought, and right next to it was a room.
It's a gender-neutral bath.
Yeah, exactly. Gender fluid. Yeah.
Wait, so you put up party walls and partition walls and turned it into a full-on bathroom?
Next to the toilet was another room.
And a recording studio.
It was a room. So when I put up the walls, now I had a room that you had to go through to my bathroom to get to. So it's literally a room next to my bathroom in my basement.
See, I expected something more redneck from you. I expected something more redneck from you. I wouldn't have put up the walls. I would have installed a fucking recliner, the kick out to the toilet.
From an outhouse near the chicken coop out there by the shitter. My worst holiday.
I'm dropping.
Central Illinois. We're not Southern Illinois. We're not that hillbilly.
No, we're central. North Central.
Fuck, I'm gonna let you in a little.
Chipotle.
We have a Chipotle.
Mom said I didn't need no book learning.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret right now. I'm taking the Browns to the Super Bowl as I broadcast. It's the only way they're gonna get there without changing their names to Ravens.
We could do this.
The only way they're gonna be there.
Oh my God. I'm sorry to my fans in Cleveland. Your football team sucks.
I am not. Sorry. I like Baker Mayfield, though. I really do. I think the guy's got... I like how ballsy... Who did he play college for? I can't remember. Do you know?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, after a game they won, he grabbed his flag and ran out into the opposing team's field and planted the flag right in their fucking mascot, like right in their emblem in the middle of their field.
Oh.
Like, he's got balls as big as church bells. This guy's ballsy. I like Baker Mayfield.
But you got to think about it. I mean, years and years ago, there was the Cleveland Browns, and the Browns were like the worst team in the NFL. They were the laughing stock.
So much has changed.
So they got sold to Baltimore, became the Ravens, and went on to win a Super Bowl. So Cleveland's like, wait a minute. Maybe we can have a decent team. Look what our old team did. Let's create the Browns again. Yeah. Jesus, there's a reason there's a baseball movie about fucking the worst team in baseball, Cleveland Indians.
The Cleveland Indians. I don't know. I got somebody on the other line and looking at some white walls. I do that guy better than anybody.
That's true.
You can hear him when I do.
I'm a Rookie of the Year fan, so
Oh, come on. That was a funny joke, man.
How can you not? Wait a minute, Rookie of the Year? How can you not like I can understand hating like the third one where it was like Scott Bakula in the minor leagues, but
that was my favorite one actually.
Was it really?
Major League Back to the fuck no. Are you kidding? That's Scott Bakula in it.
What's wrong with Scott Bakula?
Fuck you, Joe Bua. Do it myself.
Anything that if he's not in a movie, he's great. Like if he's on TV, it's fantastic. In a movie, there's a reason he's not in a lot of movies.
What? Lords of Illusion wasn't good enough for you?
See, I don't even know what that is. So yeah, I guess not. like if that's his claim to fame, then nope.
But I mean, come on, man. Like he was a decent starship captain in Star Trek, and of course Quantum Leap,
which, by the way, the cartoon Archer was patterned off of. A lot of people don't know that because it's not true.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I know that now.
I like when Wesley Snipes rolls up in that VW Beetle with the Rolls Royce emblem on there, just like in what movie?
Major League.
Up in Smoke.
Up in Smoke.
Well, it's Major League too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Willie Mays Hayes drove up with the Rolls Royce front with the.
You may run like Hayes, but you hit like shit.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you guys on another podcast here real soon. I think I'm gonna pitch you guys to the sock drawer. I think you guys and Dusty and Salem will get along famously.
Okay, I think we will. There's not too many people other than that Diamond Matrix cunt that I didn't get along with.
And you know what? Like outside of Realm of the Mist, I want to introduce you guys to a couple friends of mine to do the Reckless and Rude podcast, formerly the White People Ship podcast. Okay. They're a bunch of dudes from New York, and they're.
I got that written down. Rude and Reckless. No, that's today. 6th, the 4th of okay. I got Rude and Reckless written down, but I haven't done anything with it. I gotta scratch that out to make sure it doesn't look like I got them on my show.
But Liam and Dak are fucking hilarious.
When you write
It's a
things down when you're
dry
drinking,
humor.
It really translates well later. I like humor too.
They're very dry humor. They're very edgy, and like I said, like the same with the Sock Drawer
like a Ray
podcast.
Romano movie.
Like a Ray Romano movie. Welcome to Moose Sport.
I'm not fat. I'm fluffy. Sorry, it's the only Ray Romano movie I could think of was Ice Age.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck that means.
I'm a kid. I do what he's talking about.
I'm a kid at heart.
Yeah, but I just mixed Ray Romano with fucking Iglesias. It's not fluffy, it's poofy.
He's very funny.
Fluffy's Gabriel. Poofy is Ray Romano.
He's Ray Romano.
I don't like that guy.
You don't like? Oh, I think he's hilarious.
No.
No? Oh, well.
No.
We'll revisit that one later.
I like that other fat guy that talks about eating pussy.
Sam Kennison?
No, the other big guy. What's the big guy? I'm having a brain fart.
Huh?
The big guy. The big fat white guy.
Ralphie May?
Yes.
Yes.
I hated him. I thought he was awful.
Oh, he's talking about eating pussy one time. I'm like, no, you didn't, but it's funny anyway.
You
don't have that kind of money, Ralphie. You're a comedian.
You've been here for an hour. Food free. You go.
No. That's not Ralphie.
I know, but that's the other dude I'm thinking of.
Oh, yeah. John. Yeah, he was great. John,
Pinchette or something.
what was his name? He was fantastic. Gosh, I wish I could remember his name, but he was fantastic. You go now.
You've been here for an hour.
You go now. Well, listen to him talk about going to England, to Italy. Was fantastic. He's like, first we feed you, and then we eat. What?
Hey, I never got an empty stomach. That's what I always say.
John Panette.
There you go.
Yeah.
One of my favorite comedians, like my all-time favorite comedian was Gallagher from the 80s, 70s and 80s, but
he was great.
My current stand-up comedian is a singer comedian, Stephen Lynch.
Oh, Stephen Lynch is great. Special friend.
I love Stephen Lynch. Have you heard his last album?
No,
Lion? Oh, you got to check that out.
Oh, he's really good. He looks like Ryan Reynolds. He looks exactly like Ryan Reynolds.
If Ryan Reynolds was gay.
So he's an attractive
Ryan
man.
Reynolds was gay.
Stop. I am so excited they're going to be doing a Deadpool 3.
Oh, yes. Yes, very excited about that.
You can't not do that. It's a fucking
it's
a
got to
gold
be.
mine.
Yeah, it is a gold mine, and it's so funny, and it's so outside of the normal MCU universe.
It's
like
awesome.
I like that there was only 2 X-Men available, which was Colossus and the other chick.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
I think there's a whole thing behind there, like one studio won't let the other characters go.
Yeah,
something like that.
No, I'm just saying. They could have brought up some lesser X-Men people, but there was 2.
Yeah.
There was the little girl and Colossus.
Yeah.
Well, remember in the second Deadpool, they did allow the whole entire X-Men cast to be seen, but they were in a back room for like.
You're
2
right.
seconds.
Oh yeah. They
You're
left him out of it. like no Gambit, no Jubilee. There's no Iceman, for fuck's sake. I love Iceman.
But you know what?
So
Disney has bought Fox, so now the X-Men franchise and Deadpool can be with Marvel, right?
Yeah,
and
one.
With Stan Lee unfortunately passing away and no longer being able to do the cameo appearances in the movies.
When this happened?
For Christ's
sake. It is a missed opportunity if not every fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe movie doesn't have a cameo appearance of Deadpool replacing Stan Lee.
Oh, yeah, I think that's right. That's smart. That's smart. Good
He's the
job.
only character that would make sense on doing it, since he breaks the fourth wall anyway.
Yeah.
And you know Ryan will do it. He don't fucking care.
I like the way you think, Chris. Oh,
I
yeah,
do
he
too.
even went back to make fun of his prior Deadpool, character.
See, I like that they didn't have the X-Men like in the Avengers movies because like Legion would have just killed everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the baddest man in the world.
You know what? The movies have to catch up with the comics, man. We need the crossovers to happen. I want to see Legion take on fucking Mr. Manhattan.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
did you watch the series Legion?
No.
I hated the way it ended, but the whole series was really good, man. Because he's what do they call it when you see multiple people? He's schizophrenic.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm neurotic. I need to see other people. I'm schizophrenic. I am other people.
Yeah, I am other people. Yeah, it's like you got the most powerful being that's ever lived, and he's schizophrenic.
Oh, so he was kind of like a, what do you call it?
Deadpool?
Like an Unbreakable, Glass.
Well, Glass was Glass, and he got broken real easy.
Well, what the fuck was the other dude's name?
I don't know.
That was like the
The guy
worst
that's
super.
schizophrenic.
Oh, the guy. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Split.
Split.
That guy was schizophrenic, and he was the beast.
Yeah.
He was just so strong.
Yeah. No. Legion.
Mr.
Control
Glass.
time.
Mr. Glass had
space,
the worst. Mr. Glass had the worst superhero powers next to Jubilee's fucking little sparklers.
But she was hot though.
Yeah,
What?
I still end up.
Oh man, when I was a kid,
fucker.
when I was a kid, those comic books, Jubilee. Oh my god.
The only Jubilee exposure I ever got was the '90s cartoon, the animated series. And even the animation back then, she was like with the fucking yellow raincoat and the fucking short haircut. She was like one pussy hat away from being a part of a fucking protest somewhere.
Slower, Christopher, slower. Tell me more about the sparkles.
Oh my god. You know, the funniest thing right now just popped in my head is when I go to actually outro this episode, I'm going to turn around and be like, so thank you for joining us at After Hours.
Sparklers in my pussy.
Did he say sparklers in my butt make me happy?
Pussy. The microphone's over here.
I'm a marijuana smoker. I can't.
He's talking into the computer. I can't make this shit up. He's got his hand cupped and he's talking into the computer, and I'm pointing at the microphone. The microphone. You seen me plug it in?
I had a few White Claws, okay?
I've been drinking straight fucking vodka.
This
And I know
will
where the
tell you.
microphone is.
This will tell you how much I've spent my life watching movies. All of a sudden, Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home popped in my head.
Ugh.
When they're
The Voyage Home. That was a great movie.
That was a great movie, but I'm talking about the scene where Scotty's at the glass and metal place.
Yeah,
he's talking about the transparent aluminum, and the dude's like, use the computer, and he's trying to talk to the computer.
In my hand right now. Computer.
Hello, computer.
Hello, computer.
That's all I'm thinking of as he's sitting there like talking to computers in the mic.
He had his hand cupped, and he was talking into the computer. Like, what the fuck are you doing? The microphone's over here.
I like to party.
So anyway,
keyboarders, how quaint.
my pussy.
Alexa, call me an Uber.
You're an Uber.
Touche.
There it is.
Wow, that was good.
Oh, yeah. You throw those hanging curveballs, he's gonna fucking knock him out of the,
They got to put a real personality on the fucking GPS systems.
I can actually hear you vaping.
In 1,000
I can
feet,
only imagine
turn left. You
I can
fucking
imagine
missed it again.
It's one of those big box fucking things that you blow a lot of, like a big old cloud out of. I can actually hear you sucking on that thing.
These headphones are
Look,
well, I
this
can
is
hear
my
better if I have
show.
better headphones.
Look,
Yeah, my headphones suck.
Look, this is my show. We're not going to talk about what I'm blowing.
And neither's he. Smart move, Christopher. Smart move.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to end this one here before we get any slap happier. Guys, thank you very much for joining us here tonight. Of course,
Thank you for having us on. We really appreciate it.
Oh, it was an absolute blast. I can't wait to come fuck up your show.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we got to get that. We got to get that in the books. Yeah, I record on Tuesday nights. Well, we'll get into that shit later. But no, thank you so much for having us on for My Worst Holiday and for Stabby. Thank you so much.
Are you wearing a Harry Potter shirt?
I am wearing a Harry Potter shirt.
Okay. All right. That's it. It's the last question I had.
It's Ravenclaw.
Mischief managed.
I'm fucking Ravenclaw, man. I don't know what the fuck you are.
Jaeger bombs?
What are you fucking Gryffindor, are you? Or Hufflepuff?
Team Hufflepuff.
You know, you're a fucking Hufflepuff.
Team Puffin Suds.
Yeah.
Dude, I see how this team works. You're the guy that sits there and does all the geek shit, and your friend's over there snorting bath salts.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
I think he's clairvoyant.
So yeah, my wife and I went out to the bar and we had this full deep conversation about X-Men versus Justice League. Why is it flashing at me? Words, sentences, paragraphs. Look, I haven't even listened to an episode.
What the fuck was the bad guy in the Avengers? What was the
Voldemort.
No.
Voldemort.
Who the fuck was it?
Why are you putting me in the spot like
the
this?
big toe looking guy.
That
killed everybody. What's his name?
Thanos?
Thanos! There it is.
Yeah, he's got more rings than Tom Brady.
All I'm saying is that if Superman was there, he'd probably kind of fuck up Thanos pretty quick.
I don't know. That one stone was green. You sure it wasn't kryptonite?
Oh, look at you with the smart fucking answers.
Oh.
Prick.
Now,
Wrap this fucking thing up, you cocksucker. You're going to make sense.
Wait, hang on. You don't think Captain Marvel could take
confusing
Superman?
Me with logic is... What's that?
You don't think Captain Marvel could take Superman?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Okay,
not even close. He might bend her over.
Now, see, DC fucked up, though, when they came out with Justice League because they did it wrong. They did it wrong. They tried to make it like a fucking team, Justice League. You know, everybody's equal and inclusive, and it's not. Justice League had to be done the correct way. It's Batman and his bitches.
Yeah, that's right. Batman and his bitches.
That's true. Why isn't Superman leading that?
Well, if you ever watch the DC comics, because Batman's the fucking leader, he's the shit. He's like, yeah, I've made a contingency to kill every one of you.
Oh yeah.
They're like, what? He's like, well, fuck yeah, I can't have you running around like just being being that strong without any contingency.
Yeah, if you guys decided to ever go rogue.
He just tells them all. He's like, oh yeah, there's a contingency to kill every one of you.
Okay.
Like,
you ever go rogue, I got to be able to stop you, so I have a way
exactly.
of doing it.
That's what, yeah. So yeah, and they proved it like in the Justice League. Batman kicked Superman's ass.
Yep.
Yep.
Until fucking the infamous Martha scene. Your mom's got my mom's name. I like you now.
Yeah, all right, I get that. Yeah.
I just can't picture Michael Keaton doing things like that.
You have to picture Ben Affleck.
No, he's too busy banging fucking Kim Basinger.
He's too busy living in Jersey raising his daughter.
Yeah, all right. Waiting for another Kevin Smith movie to.
Oh my God, was that a Jersey Girl reference?
That was.
Damn, that's good.
What's a Negro? Shut the fuck up.
What are your intentions with my daughter? I don't know.
This could go on for an hour or two. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we're already at an hour.
We're an hour and a half in.
Plus, we had 20 minutes of foreplay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
See, performing for me is a sexual experience. I'm done before you
This
are.
is the longest ever gone.
We had to make him a little wet first, and then splash around in him. So.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I am going to be crying in a corner somewhere, in a shower somewhere.
Don't worry. Yeah, there's not enough shower that can rinse us off of you.
Oh. Oh,
You
my
go ahead and
God.
rock back and forth. Do your Elizabeth Shue impersonation in the shower and see how it turns out.
You say Elizabeth Shue, all I have is Linda Blair in my head. Let Jesus fuck you. Let Jesus fuck you.
No, that was rough. I was just picturing Elizabeth Shue bleeding out of her ass.
When I picture Elizabeth Shue and ass, it's definitely something completely different.
Yum. Yummy.
On that note, guys, again, I want to thank my guests, the My Worst Holiday Podcast.
Yeah!
Worst Holiday!
Guys, why don't you tell the listeners where they can contact you? Like, social media and stuff like that.
You can contact us on, you can see us, I've only got a few episodes up on YouTube. It's My Worst Holiday Podcast. You have to have podcast after it, otherwise it populates a bunch of other shit that sucks. You can find us, I'm MW Holiday on Facebook. I'm MW_Holiday on Instagram. I am My Worst Holiday on Twitter. And, Stabby, what are you?
Grinder, Tinder, MySpace.
Your Tom's friend.
Yeah.
He hangs with all the cool kids. He's
I
a
don't
special
judge.
boy.
My
You can find
yearbook.
us on all the platforms.
You can find me at work Monday through Friday.
What do you do at work? Do you want fries with that?
Kinda.
Pretty close.
Do you want tires with
You
that?
want tires? That's what I was going to say. That's what I was-
Oh, my
Gotta be
God.
quick.
I'm just a meathead,
But you can find us on all platforms. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on TuneIn. You can find us on Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and all the other fucking things. Like, of course, iTunes and all the other ones that's out there. Podbean, Podcast, Podfuck. Yeah, whatever pod thing is out there, just put our name in on it, and you'll find us.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah,
You really would.
just Google it. Fucking Google it.
It's worth a Google.
Look, I got reviews on there. They're
You could
good.
even-
They're
you could
really,
even-
really good.
You can even Bing it.
Even Bing it. There you go. Ask Jeeves about My Worst Holiday.
And of course, guys, you can find Breaking the Fourth Wall and all the quality podcasts of Realm of the Mist Entertainment at Realm of the Mist Entertainment's YouTube channel. And of course, make sure you check out our sister channel, Sounds Dicey Gaming, for all your tabletop RPG needs and video game Let's Plays. And of course, if you're one of those freaks that just prefer the audio versions, you can look up Realm of the Mist on Anchor.fm, Apple iTunes, or wherever quality podcasts can be heard. And maybe some podcasts that aren't necessarily quality. But it'll work anyway.
You can hear a lot that's not necessarily quality out there.
That's it.
Ooh, look up anything that has two bros in a basement. That's the best.
Two girls, one cup.
Just two guys talking about topical stuff in a basement, because they're funny and their mom likes them. But I'd like to thank Realm of the Mist Podcast Network, and I'd like to thank you, Christopher, Michael, Stolle. Thank you so much for having us on, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I needed to laugh today after lighting my pants on fire. So,
Too bad you had to spend it with us.
but since I couldn't get a laugh, I hung with you guys.
There you go.
I will catch you guys on the next Breaking the Fourth Wall. Have a good night, guys.
Have a great night, guys.